Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Mario Pedro Gould, and you are now tuned into the Alpha Success Television Network. It is another beautiful day, ladies and gentlemen. How you begin your day has a significant impact in the results that you create in the external world on a day-to-day basis. With that statement, I would like to encourage you, I would like to urge you, I'd like to inspire you to always strive to begin the day with a positive thought, because positive thinking, ladies and gentlemen, will enable you to triumph. Positive thinking, ladies and gentlemen, will enable you to become a spiritual paratrooper who flies over obstacles that you encounter on a day-to-day basis with a disciplined imagination and unwavering faith. Exercise positive thinking. On that note, I'd like to delve into today's very exciting, exhilarating, transformative, and might I add, most fundamental, important topic that pertains to your ability to demonstrate success in the external world. And I'm talking about holistic success, both in business, both in relationships, both in contribution. And this has to do with how much you love yourself. On a day-to-day basis, I have a very important question for you. On a day-to-day basis, are you showing yourself love? Are you showing yourself affection? Are you giving yourself friendship? On a day-to-day basis, how much love are you giving to yourself? This morning I arrived on an Air Canada flight from a different part of Canada where I was looking after my business interests, and I landed in the Vancouver International Airport at must have been about 9:15 a.m. this morning, and I had a long night last night. I only got about 4 or 5 hours of sleep, and I had decided to take the rest of my day off today. So my first inclination was to take the train from the Vancouver International Airport to downtown in Vancouver where I stay, and just go and get a nap and just go and take it easy. But inside of me there was the inner voice. There was the inner voice that said, "Hey Mario, let us do something for you. Let us do something for you today that's going to get you on a very high vibration." So when I got off the train at the Yaletown Roundhouse in downtown Vancouver, first thing I did was I walked to a smoothie store. I got myself a high protein vegan smoothie with chia, spirulina, all the good fruits that you can think of, and I nourished my body. Ladies and gentlemen, and I walked home. And as I walked home, I asked myself a question. I said, "Mario, how can we show you some love today? How can we show you some affection today? Mario, how can we be more friendly to you today?" And the answer that came out was an unresounding, "Mario, go home, put your bag down, and walk to the Yaletown Yoga Studio on Burrard and Smythe Street, and go and do some Hatha Yoga, and go and connect to your spirit, and go and stretch out your body." So I went there. I had a phenomenal yoga class, after which I went to a very close by raw food restaurant and had the most sumptuous, delicious plate of raw vegetables. And then I went down the road and got myself a haircut, and now I'm here, shooting a video for you. Why I share this experience with you is because in this experience that I've shared with you, there is a nugget of wisdom for the serious student of success who looks into the inner world of things to discover the cause that leads to effects of prosperity, harmony, and peace. The question I have for you, the viewer of the Alpha Success Television Network, is how do you actually love yourself? Before I share with you some ideas that I have found very beneficial in loving myself, I want to pose a question out there that, is going to get your mind thinking, and we can think together, because I'm thinking too as I'm posing this question. The question that I'm posing across today is, why is it important to love yourself? Or is it even important to show yourself unwavering love, unfaltering affection? Is it even important? Now, everybody has an opinion. My opinion is that I believe that it's very important that you have a very strong love for your being, a very strong love for your soul, a very strong love for your individuality, a very strong love for how you are expressing yourself in this universe, in this earth that we're in. The reason I believe it is important is because how much you love yourself actually shows up in each and everything that you do, ladies and gentlemen. It shows up in your business. It shows up how courageous you are in embarking on bigger and bigger business projects to create a significant impact in society, and as a result, highly rewarding to you. How much you love yourself shows up in how you relate with other human beings. Are you relating with other human beings with confidence or with timidity? How much you love yourself, ladies and gentlemen, shows up in how you actually carry your head up after you get knocked down 7 times. So with that being said, how can you actually love yourself? Everybody has an opinion about what it is that they do to love themselves. I have some ideas. And I'd like to share them with you. Glean what you can from the information, and of course bring in what works for you. In my plane ride this morning, a very interesting episode, if I may use that word, was happening on the seat next to me, to my left. There was a lady, she had an iPod, and in her iPod, she played with her iPod from the moment she got onto the plane on the other side, the whole duration of the flight until when we landed in Vancouver, and she was just playing some sort of video game, and she was just in the matrix, ladies and gentlemen. The question that I have for you is this lady loving herself? I, on the other hand, I pulled out the desk and I was reading a book. That was talking about how to discover my life purpose, how to discover my inclinations, how to discover what is most important to me as an individual, and how I can transform myself and continue to grow and make a significant difference in the life of Mario Pedro Gould and the world without me. Is that action an action of somebody that is expressing self-love? I share with you that example because, ladies and gentlemen, I believe one way that you show yourself love is actually taking time to develop your mental faculties. What is it that you're putting in your mind on a day-to-day basis? Are you conscious about what you're putting on your mind? Is it the news, stories of murders, homicides, rape? Is it video games? Is it television? Is it soap operas? Or are you feeding your mind with the mental cookies that will nourish your mind and prepare you for prosperity, happiness, and success? That is one way that I love myself, by feeding myself information that is transformative. The second way that I love myself, ladies and gentlemen, is by watching very carefully what it is that I eat. I only eat foods that give me life, that give me vibrancy, that give me vitality, ladies and gentlemen. I got out from the airport and I walked and I got myself a smoothie as opposed to any other food, because I knew that the life force within me was asking for foods that allows it to express yourself. So another way to observe very closely is what is it that you're eating on a day-to-day basis? Are you eating junk food that is leaving you heavy, lethargic, slow? If you're doing that, ladies and gentlemen, you're not loving yourself. But if on the other hand, you're eating foods that nourish you, that give you energy, that give you vitality, that give you health, that is one way you can love yourself. Let's see, what are the ways are there to love oneself? I shared with you that story in the beginning of what I did today because I wanted you to observe small things that I do here and there to enhance my feeling of inner love for myself. I said I went and I did yoga. I went and did something physical for my body. Hence, my body is getting strong. Hence, my mind and my soul are in union from the practice of yoga. I am more flexible. My hamstrings are loose. My heart my heart chakra is open. Hence, I can communicate with you from my heart. So another thing that I have found, ladies and gentlemen, that really helps me to love myself on a day-to-day basis is, just physical exercise, yoga, going to the gym, you name it. Another place that you love yourself is how you carry yourself in your job, how you carry yourself in your business. I love myself, consequently, I'm so excited about expressing what is within me through this YouTube channel and sharing with you information. The love of myself is expressed by my ambitious zeal and ardor to impart life-changing information to you. So how are you playing the game of life in your job, in your business? This is not my job. I'm primarily a businessman, but I take it seriously because it is an expression of the love that I have for myself. So, these are just a few things that I pointed out. The trend that I want you to catch here is, what is it that you're doing for your mind? What is it that you're doing for your body? What is it that you're doing for your career? In an expansive mode. And I believe at the end of the day, one of the most important avenues of self-love is, do you actually take time to be with you? Yesterday I walked around in nature, and I walked so far deep in nature to a place that there was no sound of the city, and it was just quiet. And in that quiet, I could hear the still small voice within me that gave me a ton of wisdom, that gave me a ton of direction, that gave me a ton of guidance. I do this often. I connect with myself. If you aren't willing to spend time with yourself and connect with yourself and listen to the still small voice within you, ladies and gentlemen, that is a sign that maybe you're not showing yourself as much love as you possibly can. And on a deeper note, I would like you to recognize that you do not belong to you, you belong to the universe. And that is my theory. You don't have to take it. And if you understand that you belong to the universe, then you will not spend time alone connected to yourself, but you spend time alone connected to yourself and to the universe. Hence, you love yourself more. This is a very important topic, ladies and gentlemen. Everybody is out there seeking affirmation and approval from without. But the moment you learn how to love yourself by doing things that nurture your body, mind, and soul, then you will not need affirmation from the external world. And with that inner strength and inner authenticity, you can express yourself in this plane. I am off to love myself some more. I'm going to go to the gym and work the shoulders. Work the shoulders. I hope you do something to love yourself, ladies and gentlemen. I will catch you next week. I have some phenomenal information to bring your way. Adios, mi amigos.